Thank you. Frame 11. Peter Ebdon to break.
Peter Ebdon's resolve, I'm sure, has remained undiminished. What he needs is some form. He's only potted 81% of the balls he's attempted. Graham Dott made sure that he got the cue ball back somewhere near the baulk line.
Yes, Peter really needs to get in with a decent chance and get in amongst the balls just to get his confidence going. But he's playing a shot to nothing here, refusing that pot into the left corner. He can chip this one in. Not a bad cue ball though. I think Peter's going to wait till he gets a better chance, and probably not a bad thing to do.
In the 80s, Jed Ford, country and western singer from Peterborough, released a single, Snooker related, which contained the lines, "Real cool cat players, 20 minutes a frame." But so far, these finalists have not been cool cats on that criterion. It's been 26.5 minutes a frame. Which is slow by modern standards.
Setting himself up to have a go at this long red. And his long pot success rate into that particular pocket has been quite exceptional. I've lost count of how many reds like that he's knocked in. He's growing in confidence as Graham Dott.
Six. Graham Dott, 6.
Well, disappointed to have missed that, even though the cue ball was close to the side cushion.
Graham Dott, 4.
Well, the idea was to screw back into baulk, open the bunch, hoped to create a chance and hope that he didn't leave a red over the pocket for his opponent. But a hideous miscue.
Yeah, he just didn't judge the follow through of the cue there. He just dug down a little bit too near the cloth. I have to agree with John Parrott, Clive, because I did the end of that match with Marco Fu, and it must have taken so much out of Peter Ebdon, even though we know how mentally strong he is, but that must have taken a lot out of him.
Well, he'd started the day 15-9 up on Marco Fu, not expecting any great drama to develop, needing only 2 of the last 9 frames.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is one of the best flukes you'll see, and one of the best fluked positional shots you'll see. Everything going right for Graham Dutt. That was an amazing outcome. Now, let's have a look at this. Fluke plant.
7.
Kissed the red, kissed the pink. Doesn't get any better than that.
Ebdon's just got to suffer it.
Eight.
Still very difficult for Graham Dutt. The pink and black are not very well placed.
Thirteen. $14.
I was watching from the players' room the first session. At the end of the 9th frame, I noticed something when Graham Dutt won the frame. I mean, it's early on in this final. You watch his face. He's won that. Look at that. Clive, that tells me that that's a player that wants to win this 888 World Championship.
Well, he wants it intensely. I don't think he wants it any more than Ebdon does.
Well, that was a bit of an anxious one he put in
Graham
there
Dutt,
because
14.
he's been queuing so smoothly, and that was far from smooth. You could see his right hand came to the right, and I'm sure his coach Derek Hill will be watching that. He was up in the players' lounge, and he'll have spotted that. That was just a little bit anxious there.
Well, that sounded one of the worst contacts of the week.
On a double. I mean, it's the red straightened up. He was playing a double, and I can't believe the angle the red's come off at. That'll confuse Peter. Let's have a look here. Well, I'm sure you must have watched Bob Ledger with Steve Davis, I think we might have had the answer there to the kicks that have been around for over 20 years, Clive.
Well, I certainly hope so, because this game is meant to be a test of skill, not a matter of chance when a player gets a kick.
One.
The cannon spoiled it. He'd have been nicely on the pink, but for the cannon there. If he hadn't have got the cannon, the white would have finished somewhere in the circle and he would have been perfect on the pink.
Frame dot 1.
He really is keeping it tight. He's not giving Peter Ebdon an easy opening. He must be feeling a little bit tired as well after his semi-final. Okay, won it a little bit more comfortably than Peter won his, but nevertheless we're into day 16 and mentally you get pretty tired.
I think Dot has got another sort of pressure to cope with, Dennis. He's 8-2 ahead. It's in his mind now that he's in what appears to be a commanding position. He doesn't want to lose it.
Yes, and every shot he plays, he's living his dream, Clive. Every player, when they turn professional, their ambition is to become world champion. There's not many that achieve that, and he is so close. Of course, Clive, you as well as myself, I've played against Peter Ebdon, and when he does fall behind 3 or 4 frames, that's when he produces some of his best snooker. So there's a lot to come from Peter in this final.
He's a player of prodigious determination.
6. Peter Ebdon, 6.
But even for him, 6 frames are going to be difficult to recover in bits and pieces.
Well, he's looking to see if the 2 reds are a plant, but he's snookered behind the yellow, so there's no easy escape to the 2 reds that are to the left of the black. The pink is in the way of just nestling onto those. Now that, well, if you were behind it you could make the plant, but he snookered. If he was to come off the cushion and make that, that'll be the shot of the championship without a doubt. As I say, normally he would just come off the side cushion and nestle on the 2 reds, but the pink is in the way. That's the natural line to those 2 reds, and as you see, he would hit the pink. Well, if he pulls this shot off, he'll get some round of applause. He's going to hit the reds, and it's a pretty good shot anyway, but
Foul.
oh, he hasn't hit them.
And a miss. Peter Ebdon, 4.
Well, he had to just reach. He couldn't risk separating them very far.
You do get some reactions from Graham. He's quite comical at times, the way he reacts.
Okay.
But he now knows if he just lands on that red, he'll get it safe, but he's got to be pretty precise. That was the danger. He may have left it on.
Thanks. 1.
Ebden yet to make a 30 break in this evening session.
Seven.
Well, this needs a good shot here. He's got to find a way past the reds to get to blue or pink, and it's a natural cannon to hit the reds. I mean, that's asking a bit much if he dropped the red in to find that little gap between the reds, but other than that, he's going to have to play it with a stun shot to try and avoid them. And I think the stun shot is the favourite, so he can get through the gap. He'll be going over the black spot, somewhere near that, to miss those two reds. Well, he's hit the reds. He's hit. Where's he going to finish?
Okay.
He's okay. He's on the green.
8.
Yes, calculated risk that, and it's worked out very well because all the reds are on now. Green.
Eleven.
This is the best chance that Peter's had for quite some time. He's got to make the most of this.
His highest break of the evening thus far is 18.
18.
But the position of the Bulls contains the potential for a frame-winning break here.
I'm just looking at the way the frames have gone, Clive. He won the first frame and then he lost 4 frames. Then he won the 6th. And what happened? He lost 4 in a row again. It's time for the comeback.
He's made it more difficult for himself, though, than he should have done. Should have been much straighter on the pink.
Well, he's looking at the blue, but I'm sure he can take the pink and come back across the table. He's going to have to come back past the blue again. And he's got this red near the right corner, so if he doesn't want to just play a little delicate hole shot, back across near the cushion would do. Well, he wanted to miss the blue. Now, has he covered it, or can he just still get through to it?
25.
Might just be okay. Didn't play the can in the blue, though. Well, that's a terrific shot.
26.
Just look at the cue chalk that he left on the cloth, but he timed that to perfection to get that amount of screw on it.
$31.
Just wondering about which order to play his cards in here.
Yes, thank you. 32.
If he's got an angle here, he doesn't really want to disturb the two reds. If he could screw past them and leave that red into the same pocket as the pink, that's what he'd do. But I think the other reds would still be available. But a little nudge on them wouldn't do any harm at all, as long as he gets the cannon correctly. Well, he played the nudge and he's missed it, so he decided to flick off one of those reds and thought he would still be in nice position. When he missed it, he's now left a very difficult situation for himself.
That last shot, an instance of how Ebden has been lacking in touch today.
Well, he just played to pot that, and you can see what his intentions were, just lay the snooker. But he's 24 in front, up behind the brown. He's in pretty good shape at the moment
39.
in this frame.
Foul and a miss. Peter Ebden 4.
Peter's just coming around to have a look if the two reds are a possible plant, but I don't think they are, so he'll have it put back. It's a similar situation to when Graham tried to get out of a snooker earlier. He wants to land on this red, but only just. He doesn't want to play it with any pace, otherwise you could push one on.
Okay, Peter.
He had the line right previously, and he get it again. He's gone a bit wide this time, I think. No, he's pretty good. But once again, a little bit too much pace, and he's left one to the middle, I feel.
One.
Blue and red secures the frame.
Six. Seven. $13. 13 and a frame. Peter Ebdon.
Albeit not all that convincingly, Peter Ebdon has ended his 4-frame losing streak, but still trails by 8 frames to 3.
Well, it's slow going, and we've been doing some analysis on this match. And Steve and John, it'd be quite interesting to get your thoughts on this, because it's the long potting that appears to be letting Peter Ebdon down at the moment. Let's have a look at his statistics here. And as you can see, overall, his long potting has not been that successful. It's less than 50% success rate so far. Steve, what do you make of this?
Well, I think it just shows you if you sort of lose confidence throughout a game, your stats can go way down from other matches. And somehow you've got to get it back, that confidence. And in a way, the important thing for Peter Ebdon there, regardless of how he won that frame, was that he won it. And it can hopefully set him on a more positive aspect.
Meanwhile, Graham Dott, his average is a little healthier. Overall, 63%, I gather, yes. When he was playing Ronnie in that semi-final, it was something like 73%, John.
Yeah.
So he's